the state is set to drop tens of millions of dollars to bring the North Sydney Bears over to the West, it might be worth actually considering whether the move is even viable in the first place.
Do you think West Australians want an NRL team in WA? Are you confident?
Well, I think West Aussies love their sport. They love AFL, they love football, they love union, they love basketball, they love netball, and baseball. West Aussies love their sport.
Anyone can list sports: curling, spelunking, Turkish oil wrestling, chess boxing. That last one, BTW, is actually a real thing.
Bishop H2, and that's the bell! That's the bell!
In for the 1-2 and a good left hook there.
Knight takes A3, oh, he's blundered a pawn! The tide has completely turned! There it is! There it is! I think the bell's going to ring with Pete with about 20 seconds left on the clock.
Checkmate in the ring.
Would chess boxing do better in WA than an NRL team? Well, the Cook government enlisted this mob to find out. Other than making vague promotional videos, Freshwater Strategy's last high-profile gig was doing the internal polling for the Liberal Party. And how did that turn out?
Are you saying that your private polling, your internal polling, is saying something different, that you can win here?
No question about that, Nat.
Other than embarrass Peter Dutton repeatedly in front of the media, Freshwater's miscalculation meant that the Liberal Party invested a lot of unnecessary time and money campaigning in seats they were probably never going to win.
So, what did you all do last night?
So to get them to do the polling on whether an NRL team is viable in Western Australia is a bit like getting this bloke to cater your wedding.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
It gets the job done, but the results might be a little hard to swallow.
Health alert. Doctors are warning tonight of a possible so-called QUADEMIC this winter.
Data from the CDC shows cases of flu, COVID, RSV, and norovirus are all on the rise.
That was the news out of the US earlier this year, and now we might be looking at a similar situation down under. Joining me is Director of Infectious Diseases at Mater Health Services in Brisbane and Associate Professor of Medicine at the University of Queensland Medical School, Paul Griffin. Paul, can you explain to us what a QUADEMIC is?
Yeah, the QUADEMIC's referring to a number of different viruses, in fact, circulating at the same time. And to be honest, now that COVID is here to stay, it's potentially the reality each and every winter. So obviously every winter we have a surge of influenza cases. The thing that's atypical this year is we've had a lot of flu already over the summer months, which is potentially concerning. And then RSV and COVID. And then it variably includes other pathogens like mycoplasma or norovirus in that sort of QUADEMIC, or those four things. So it certainly means we're battling a number of infections at the same time.
And so what indicators are you looking at as an infectious diseases expert that gives you cause for concern about the coming flu season?
The main thing is those high cases that we've seen over the summer. We've had over 63,000 cases across the country already this year. And if we break it down month by month, it's about 1.5 to 2 times what we saw even last year, which was a big flu season anyway, with 364,000 cases. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a big year again, and we can't predict what happens at the height of the season until we're there. But if we couple those high case numbers with the very low vaccination rates we saw last year and are seeing already this year, that means the impact of the flu is going to be greater than it should otherwise be. And potentially that translates into things like lots of people in hospital and lots of people unfortunately not surviving. And we've seen about 84 deaths across the country from the flu already at a time of year where we wouldn't normally be troubled by the flu very much at all.